All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Crisis Report. This is your Crisis Report brief for July 30th, 2025. Today, we're going to be talking about the after effects of the tsunami that hit off the Kamchatka coast with an 8.8 registered earthquake. Also, a volcano has erupted in the same area. India is being threatened with tariffs over using Russian energy, and other geopolitical issues like Gaza will be discussed. We are brought to you by Augusta Precious Metals. There's an affiliate link in the description. If you would like to turn your IRA into gold and silver, this is the company to do it. Please check out that link and give it a try. A lot of people are doing it. All right, friends, this is your Crisis Report brief for July 30th, 2025. Here we go. China says it is going to hold military drills with Russia in August. Trump has imposed 25% tariffs on India and warns them of further penalties for continuing to buy Russian energy products. Trump also announced an unspecified penalties on India for continuing to buy Russian energy. United States GDP growth has rebounded more than expected to 3% in second quarter. Mark Zuckerberg developed superintelligence is now in sight. Zuckerberg just released this full letter sharing his vision to bring personal superintelligence to everyone. Folks, if you think the business I get here is anything of concern, imagine when they have an all-seeing panopticon all around you. Imagine what that will do to your privacy and your freedom. Volcano has erupted after a powerful earthquake in Russia's far east, according to Russian Geophysical Survey. FBI Director Kash Patel has found a trove of sensitive documents related to the origins of the Trump-Russia probe buried in multiple, quote, burn bags in a secret room inside the Bureau, according to Fox News. Controversial new paper questions whether the interstellar object 3I Atlas is a potentially dangerous alien probe similar to claims made about Oumuamua, but experts have called it nonsense, according to space.com. United States sanctions Brazil's Supreme Court Justice Alexander de Moraes. Hezbollah says those demanding it disarm are serving Israel. European Union has announced Wednesday that a delayed new border check system for non-EU nationals, which will do away with passport stamps, will finally launch in October. German GDP has contracted by 0.1% in the second quarter, following a greater trend of contraction in the EU and their powerhouse of German production. It has basically gone to nothing. And at this point, Europe is really having some issues on every front. It leads in nothing. It doesn't lead in tech. It doesn't lead in space. It doesn't lead in weapons. It doesn't lead in technology or anything. TikTok launches Footnotes in the US, a crowdsourced fact-checking system, and other new features like creator care mode using AI to filter out offensive and unwanted comments, ensuring creators feel, quote, protected and safe. Your future is one that will be protected and safe, folks, by you not being able to speak freely. Meta Zuckerberg, quote, we have begun to see glimpses of our AI systems improving themselves. Developing superintelligence is now in sight. That should frighten you to the core. JP Morgan partners with Coinbase to allow customers to buy cryptocurrency using credit cards. CEO Jamie Dimon has previously called crypto a, quote, hyped up fraud, decentralized Ponzi scheme, end quote. Whites only return to the land community in Arkansas shows, quote, no evidence of violating the law, end quote, in a preliminary review by Arkansas AG Tim Griffin's office. Griffin initially claimed that the group's existence raised all sorts of legal issues. All of London's airspace has been closed due to a technical failure. Technical failure comes just days after nationwide cyber attack hit state-owned Russian airline Aeroflot, grounding or canceling over 100 flights. Recent advancements in artificial intelligence have raised eyebrows as ChatGPT, a widely recognized AI model, has reportedly passed a significant test designed to distinguish humans from bots. According to the New York Post, this development marks a notable milestone in AI technology, with ChatGPT successfully navigating the CAPTCHA test, a tool commonly used to verify human users online. Aircraft from the United Arab Emirates, Jordan, and for the first time, Egypt airdropped 52 packages of humanitarian aid in the northern and southern Gaza Strip in the last few hours. The Israeli military says. IDF says the airdrops were carried out in accordance with the directives from the political echelon and as part of the cooperation between Israel, the UAE, Jordan, and Egypt. Airdrops are part of a series of actions aimed at improving the humanitarian response to the Gaza Strip. IDF will continue to work in order to improve the humanitarian response in the Gaza Strip, along with the international community, while refuting the false claims of deliberate starvation in Gaza, it adds. France will carry out humanitarian airdrop over Gaza in the coming next few days. The United Kingdom already has carried out a humanitarian airdrop over Gaza today. Klyuchevskoy volcano, Russia's far east, has also now erupted following the massive 8.8 magnitude earthquake earlier today. U.S. envoy Wyckoff is set to visit Israel to talk about the Gaza humanitarian crisis. The FDA's top official for jabs and gene therapy, Dr. Vinay Prasad, has resigned. United States Department of Justice is investigating voter registration records in multiple swing states for potential fraud. Trump administration plans to launch a new private health tracking system with big tech's help. Outsourcing to India has increased 3,000% in the last 25 years for United States companies. And these are the top headlines per mainstream news for July 30th, 2025. Massive earthquake triggered tsunami warnings. The 8.8 magnitude quake off Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula prompted tsunami waves across the Pacific, impacting Hawaii, Japan, and coastal areas of Russia. Gaza famine crisis has deepened. UN agencies report that famine conditions are unfolding in Gaza, with hunger-related deaths now exceeding 150 and children and pregnant women hitting hardest. UK is going to recognize Palestine under ceasefire unless a ceasefire is achieved. Prime Minister Keir Starmer declared Britain will formally recognize a Palestinian state in September unless Israel agrees to cease hostilities and ends the starvation tactics. Global markets have braced for a pivotal week. Markets entered a decisive 72-hour stretch as investors awaited corporate earnings from Microsoft and Meta and the Fed's rate decision, which with oil and safe haven currencies rising, meaning metals. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, know what I mean. Wall Street steadies after solid GDP data. United States Q2 GDP growth revised up to 3%, but underlying domestic weakness and Fed caution weighed on investor sentiment. China vows to stabilize its economy. The Politburo pledged to combat unfair market practices, stimulate consumer demand, and support technology sectors amid deflationary pressures. Federal Reserve expected to hold rates despite political pressure from the U.S. president. The Fed planned to maintain interest rates at 4.25% to 4.5%, even as economic data has stabilized. Tariffs are hurting U.S. chocolate industry. Trade tariffs meant to boost domestic manufacturing are cutting into U.S. chocolate producers' competitiveness versus Canadian and Mexican suppliers. Thousands honored Ozzy Osbourne in Birmingham as they lined the streets to pay tribute during the funeral procession of iconic Black Sabbath frontman Ozzy Osbourne in his hometown. And voice actors are calling for protections because of the AI threat. European dubbing industry associations urge the EU, they urge them to regulate AI-generated voice technology, citing risk to jobs and creative integrity. Good luck, you're screwed. Friends, that is your crisis report brief for July 30th, 2025. We are brought to you by Augusta Precious Metals. You can check out the link and affiliate page in the description. We have other sponsors as well. We appreciate you being here. This channel is being actively targeted for killing. Please help, subscribe, like, share it out. Everywhere we are growing. We just passed 500 subscribers on Substack. If you'd like to get this into your inbox every day, please sign up there. That link is in the description in a wonderful way. You can pay for it or I provide it free, depending on what you would like. Other than that, God bless, and I will see you on the next one.